Let's be honest, when people talk about global military power, Africa doesn't always get the spotlight it deserves. But behind the scenes, some African nations have been quietly leveling up, like they're preparing for a surprise final boss battle. Bigger budgets, smarter strategies, next-level equipment, it's all happening. And today, we're counting down the top 10 African countries with the strongest military power, measured by manpower, money, machinery, and real-world battlefield experience. We're starting from number 10 and rising to number 1. And trust me, the higher we climb, the heavier the firepower gets. Number 10, Angola. We kick things off with Angola, the country that doesn't always make noise, but definitely knows how to make an entrance. With a defense budget topping $3.5 billion, Angola invests in its military like it's buying premium seats at the world's security table. Their forces include 107,000 active troops, 500,000 reserves, and enough tanks, jets, and artillery to make smaller nations rethink their weekend plans. Angola's experience isn't theoretical either. From the long, grueling Angolan civil war to involvement in the DR Congo, this military has been shaped in real conflict. And if you thought we started strong, the next country shows what controlled power looks like. Number 9. Tanzania. Number 9 is Tanzania, the perfect example of a country that doesn't raise its voice, but raises its defenses. Their annual military budget sits at over $600 million, and they use it efficiently. Here's what they're working with: 30,000 active troops, 50,000 reserves, a well-rounded mix of tanks, aircraft, and artillery, but Tanzania's biggest strength: professionalism. Their soldiers have been deployed in major peacekeeping missions across Sudan and the DR Congo, gaining respect for being organized, stable, and reliable. And if you think Tanzania keeps things steady, wait until you see the nation that mixes power with precision. Number 8. Kenya. At number 8, we have Kenya, a country that approaches defense with the same energy they bring to marathon running: strong, strategic, and committed to winning. Kenya spends over $800 million on its military, and it shows in the lineup: 24,000 active personnel, 5,000 reserves, a sleek arsenal of fighter jets, armored vehicles, and artillery. Kenya's forces are not just well-equipped, they're active on the battlefield. From operations against Al-Shabaab to international missions, Kenya's military plays a major role in regional security. But if you think Kenya is impressive, the next country has a military shaped by decades of non-stop action. Number 7. Sudan claiming. Number 7 is Sudan, a nation whose military has been tested again and again through decades of conflict. Their defense budget sits around $2.2 billion, and their forces are enormous: 109,000 active troops, 150,000 reserves, a serious stockpile of tanks, jets, and artillery. Sudan's military has been involved in the Darfur conflict, multiple internal rebellions, and more regional tensions than anyone would ever want. The result is a force that's experienced, resilient, and constantly on the move. And if you think Sudan brings intensity, wait until number 6 steps up, a country where strength, strategy, and serious spending collide. Number 6. Morocco. Sliding into number 6 is Morocco, the country that proves you don't need to flex loudly when your military budget does the talking for you. With a defense budget hovering around $3.4 billion, Morocco invests heavily in staying ahead. And it shows. Their military force is one of the largest on the continent, with 200,000 active troops, 150,000 reserves, and an impressive collection of tanks, fighter jets, armored carriers, and artillery. Morocco's military experience is no joke either. They've been deeply involved in the Western Sahara conflict, which has sharpened their strategic readiness and battlefield coordination. Morocco knows how to prepare, how to defend, and how to project strength when needed. But if you think Morocco is well prepared, The country at number 5 comes with manpower so massive it feels like an entire city in uniform. Number 5. Ethiopia. Taking the 5th spot is Ethiopia, a nation that combines history, resilience, and raw manpower into one formidable force. Their annual defense budget exceeds $400 million. But the real power lies in their troop count. Ethiopia commands 180,000 active troops, 150,000 reserves, along with a growing inventory of artillery, tanks, and military aircraft. This is a country with a long track record of conflict, from tensions on the Ethiopia-Eritrea border to involvement in Somalia to the more recent internal conflict. Ethiopia's forces are highly experienced and battle-tested. But if Ethiopia is a powerhouse of manpower, wait until you see the country that backs its military muscle with Africa's largest economy. Number 4. Nigeria. Landing at number 4 is Nigeria, a nation with both size and strategy on its side. With a defense budget of about $2.4 billion, Nigeria is committed to maintaining a strong, capable fighting force. Their military includes 120,000 active soldiers, 80,000 reserves, and a diverse selection of armored vehicles, fighter aircraft, naval vessels, and artillery. Nigeria's military has been crucial in the fight against Boko Haram in the northeast, along with multiple counterinsurgency and peacekeeping operations across West Africa. They're one of the continent's most active and influential forces. But if Nigeria holds the line with experience and size, the next country brings finesse, advanced technology, and some of the best equipment money can buy. Number 3. South Africa. Taking number 3 is South Africa, the country that combines science, strategy, and serious spending into one modern, well-oiled military machine. With a defense budget of over $4.3 billion, South Africa consistently stays in the top tier of African military power. Here's the breakdown. 78,000 active troops, 17,000 reserves, advanced gear such as submarines, fighter jets, tanks, missile systems, and artillery, much of it imported from global heavyweights. Like Russia, South Africa's forces have operated in places like Mozambique, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Mali, giving them a wide range of operational experience. This is a military that blends professionalism, technology, and coordination like few others on the continent. But if South Africa has the tech and the training, wait till you see. Number 2. A country with a defense budget so massive it shadows almost everyone else. Number 2. Algeria. Coming in at number 2 is Algeria, the heavyweight that treats military spending like a national sport. And trust me, they play to win. With an enormous annual defense budget of around $10 billion, Algeria spends more on its military than almost every other African nation combined. This isn't dedication. This is domination. Their military strength includes 130,000 active troops, 150,000 reserves, one of the largest and most advanced arsenals in Africa, packed with tanks, fighter jets, missile systems, armored vehicles, artillery, and modern surveillance tech. Algeria has invested heavily in Russian-made equipment, from cutting-edge jets to battle-proven tanks, giving them both firepower and intimidation value. Their military pedigree comes from major conflicts like the brutal Algerian Civil War, along with regional counter-terrorism operations and involvement in stabilizing the Mali region. If Algeria's defense strategy were a recipe, it would be take money, add more money, sprinkle in advanced machinery, then season with decades of military experience. An unstoppable combo. But if you thought Algeria's military spending was wild, the next country takes the crown with raw numbers that make the entire continent step back and salute. Number 1. Egypt. At the top of the list, dominating the entire African continent, is Egypt, the military giant that combines history, strategy, size, and global influence into one colossal force. Egypt commands the largest standing army in Africa with 450,000 active troops, 800,000 reserves, over 1.2 million total personnel ready for deployment if needed. Their defense budget sits at around $4.4 billion. But what really sets Egypt apart is its massive arsenal. Submarines, fighter jets, attack helicopters, hundreds of tanks, advanced missile systems, one of the strongest air forces and armored divisions on the continent. Egypt's military has real-world experience too. Involvement in the Gulf War, participation in Yemen, and a long history of regional conflict and border security challenges. Their strategic partnerships with major powers give them access to training, intelligence, and equipment that many African nations simply can't match. Egypt isn't just strong, it's dominant. A military superpower not only in Africa, but a respected force in the Middle East and the global defense arena. And with that, we've reached the peak of African military strength. But don't go anywhere yet, because the final section brings it all home with energy, clarity, and a strong call to action. So there you have it, the top 10 African countries with the strongest military power, ranked by real numbers, real experience, and real capability. From Angola's quiet strength to Egypt's commanding dominance, one thing is clear. Africa's military landscape is far more advanced, strategic, and battle-ready than most people realize. These nations aren't just building armies, they're shaping regional security, participating in global missions, defending borders, stabilizing conflict zones, and investing heavily in technology and modernization. Africa isn't just part of the conversation, it's becoming one of the major voices in global defense. If you enjoyed this countdown, and you want more deep dive videos on Africa's development, power dynamics, and global influence, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. We've got more high-energy content coming your way that you definitely don't want to miss. Drop a comment below telling us which country surprised you the most, or which one you think should have ranked higher. Your take might even show up in the next video. Thanks for watching. And as always, stay curious, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.